I feel so much lighter. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Jason. Y'all, y'all are here before me. Ooh, that's on. Y'all are here before me. Tonight we're gonna use one of the new stamps. It's been killing me. We're doing it tonight. We're gonna do a bag, and I'll give you a bunch of options too. So, yay, y'all! I just feel new again. I guess it's nice, beautiful here the last 2 days. Mother Nature tried to kill us. I don't know what 3, 4 times in the last few months. So, oh my goodness. How are you guys? How are you? Let me pull myself up here because I think I can see comments better up here. I forget. It's been so long. Hey Barbara. Hey Jennifer. I'm waiting to get. I'm so excited to get back into the flow of life again. Hey Elsie and Karen. I'm so sick of stressing, y'all. So sick of stressing. Hey Barbara. I missed you guys too, man. It's been like just crazy pants. Just crazy. Hey Patricia. Hey Terry. All right. Let me bring myself up over yonder. Hopefully the volume isn't on. Hey, Cindy. Betsy. Hello. All right, there we go. There's the conversation we want. Woohoo. All right. Betsy, Angela, Karen, Maureen, Sandra. Hello. Oh, it's like on point too with one another. Hey, Sandy. I love the emojis. I don't know what's going on. I got a frog in my throat. I might really have a frog. There's so many around here, so I got to be careful what I say. Hey, Nancy. Thank you for sharing. Yes, if you could share, that would be great. I'm sure my algorithm is tanked, but what can you do? What can you do? Lois, Beth, thank you, thank you. All my little antennas are like firing on all cylinders today, but it's okay. Hey, Debbie. Yeah, the emojis on YouTube are like no other, right? All right, so we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you some options because a lot of us make Christmas gifts. Some of us are sellers at craft shows and such, or online or whatever. But I really think this is a really inexpensive way to either customize gifts for people and or just make something that overall everyone would like. So I bought these bags. I think this is the last one I have. I don't know if it was a 2 or a 3 pack on Amazon. Actually, it was a couple years ago, but it's like really good quality. So depending on your budget or whatever it's for, you can go more inexpensive. You can go, more money. But this is a really nice bag. I want to say it was a 3 pack, maybe a 2 pack. I don't know. Also, we're gonna stamp on it, but you could also do. I gotta iron it. You could do, the mesh stencils with the ink and make it permanent. You could decoupage on them. So there's a lot you can do. I did not wash it. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. I got a few things new in stock. And like I said, I want to show you some options for what we're going to do with this as well. So, y'all, I'm just ready to be back and have a peaceful life. I feel like we've been stressed to the max. Seriously, for like 2+ months. I'm not even exaggerating because there's a total of 3 storms. And I love those emojis, Sharon. Total of 3 storms. And remember, in between, I know you can't see, but or can you see? Oh, you can see. I get all weird I'm just taking some of the lint off of this before I iron it. Total of 3 storms. And in the midst of that, towards the beginning of that is when our subfloors went, started buckling. Hey, Valerie. So we had to get all that done. It was basically like moving out. Hey, Valerie. Did I just say Valerie twice? I'm losing my mind. Hey, Kim. Oh, you're saying hi to Jason. Doing the floors was like, you might as well just move out and move back in. Like, that was insane. And the cleaning, and it just, good grief. And then the IOD release in the middle of it. Debbie, Floors, Helene, Milton, right? You never tried inking? My addiction is big enough without picking. I hear you, girl. I hear you. Mesh stencils are very easy, and it makes you look like you know what you're doing. Your grandson finally got power back on today. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Living without power it just makes everything you do 10 times harder. Hey, Vicky. And not having a generator, I couldn't imagine. The one thing that is definitely on everyone's side is the weather has broke, and it's been absolutely beautiful. Warm in the day, don't get me wrong. Hey, Shonda girl. Hey, Livy Lou. Is Livy Lou watching? If Livy Lou's watching, hey, girl. Hey, Carolyn. The weather has broke. In between like 3 or even maybe even 2 and 5 or 6. It's hot, but the nights are beautiful. The humidity is lifted. You just picked up some bags for gifts. Yeah, it's really this has a lot of opportunity. So you get to watch. All right, Christy. Um, so it's just been insane. And Lynn came. For those of you who don't know, Lynn from Lynn's Crafting Creations came down. Thank you, Christine. Was that Christine? I mean Charlotte. It's Charlotte. I'm sorry. Her. I don't know how to read. I forgot how to read. My goodness, the comments are flying. And last year I was, I was sick, and she was, we talk every day, and she just said, well, next year I'm coming to help you. And then it just kind of turned into a thing. The weather been so gorgeous. I know, isn't it? It does make storm cleanup more easy. And next thing you know, I'm like, Lynn, you do realize what you're coming into. Like, it's height of hurricane season. I would have never guessed 2 storms. Height of hurricane season. We're out of power. It was just one thing after. I didn't know if I'd get my IOD stuff. I don't know when I would get my IOD stuff. I didn't know when the release was. Like, there were so many I don't knows. She never wavered. Hey, Luann. She just said, I'm coming. Boy, she came. She saw like every season you could possibly think of in 2 weeks or 10 days, whatever it was, in Florida. I mean, she came in, we didn't have power. We had power. She came in Thursday. We started working. Hey, Allison. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you forever. New England representing. Let me put you down a tiny bit. Let me see how that looks on the camera. No power. I didn't think a second storm was coming. Nobody saw that one. Nobody saw that one coming. I'm just going to iron this. And then we got a couple other things to do. And I want to show you some new stuff. I'm going to put this over it because my iron's got like funky stuff on it. And this is so white. Thank you. I think it's kind of... The camera might be funny. I think it's more red than... I don't know. I think it's cute. It's a shabby chic. It's our shabby chic. Not a shabby chic. Shabby tree. Shabby tree. Lynn is a gem. I mean, it was kind of crazy because, well, I mean, the whole thing was crazy. Let's see, which way do we gotta go? The whole thing was crazy. Because, like I said, there were so many I don't knows. And when I saw another storm out there, I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Like, 2 weeks. We just got fiber back Friday. That was 9 days without fiber. 8 or so days without power. I mean, not 9 days, 15 days without fiber. I'm sorry, 15 days without fiber. They need to get it together. Finding your love. Aw. Thank God for Starlink, y'all. I don't know what I would have done. I wouldn't have been able to have a release. I wouldn't. You're lucky to send a text message. Never mind make a phone call. I mean, Starlink really, 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 really saved us. Yeah, I mean, it was huge. I mean, huge. And it ran like a champ. Like, it ran like a champ. I'm just glad this time I got it going before so I could troubleshoot. And ironically, because during Debbie, I couldn't get it going. But what it was is, it ended up being the power cord. And when we first got it, we didn't know where the satellite dishy part was going to end up. And like the router, I wanted it in here in the shed so I could, go live. And so I bought a 150-foot cord. And I was going to sell it. I was going to return it. I was going to do all these things. And I never did. And I was just about to give up because everything I did, it just kept saying everything was working, but it wouldn't go online. So, hey, Lori. That was it. And I was like, yes. Yes. So that was pretty exciting. But yeah, it ran like it saved my butt big time. Big time, big time. Yeah, so we literally packed. I started packing Tuesday after the release on generator. Generator power. Oh my gosh. It worked though. It worked. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, so we packed on generators until Friday at late afternoon. It worked. it worked. All right, that's good enough because we're going to stamp on it, like I said. Let's see how much you guys can see. I rolled you up because, yeah, I got to put you down a little bit more. A little bit more. All right, let me unplug this so I don't burn myself. I don't want to burn myself. Let me get this little spot right here because it's bugging me. It's bugging me. Hey, Belinda, hello, if I missed anybody. Hey. Hey, if you guys could share if you haven't already. Share to your own Facebook page if you don't know where else. Don't get in no trouble where you share it, though, because, you know, Facebook don't like YouTube. Facebook don't like YouTube. One more spot. I thought I was done. I guess not. That WTF shirt, right? We need shirts. That was hilarious. Somebody sent me that in a private message. Lynn literally experienced everything. Like, you couldn't even make up the stuff that happens. Like, we went to go out twice. Our first outing. So we live probably takes us like 15 minutes to get to the main highway. Well, it's US 19. It literally runs from, I believe, Sarasota all the way to Pennsylvania. It's US 19 north and south. It's called different things along the way. And we went into our town, which is one night. I was going to bring her to these little antique places. And when we got out to the main road, I was like, holy crap. Like, it was bumped. I was like, somebody right here. The line at the traffic was so backed up. I'm like, we don't get 5 cars to come through our town. I said, people were evacuating. So we ended up filling up the gas tank, which thank goodness we did that on the truck because there's only 50 miles till empty and it's a truck. And we ended up going to Dollar General and some other store. We went home and then we tried to go out. Let's see, the storm was what? I think we tried to go out Thursday, maybe even Thursday. Walmart was closed. Like, what the heck? Everything was closed. They closed school Thursday and Friday. It's on Amazon. Oh, is it really on Amazon? Oh, I'll have to look. That's funny. That's a funny shirt. It's a shirt that says, it's like an oval and it says WTF and it says welcome to Florida. They closed school Thursday and Friday because they want the locals to stay off the roads because traffic was coming back. People were coming back that fled. So it was just one thing after another. But y'all, Walmart closed? Like, seriously? Walmart. Or they're going to open at 4 that day. They closed the day before, and then they were going to open at 4 the next day. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. It didn't even make sense. I don't think they had any leaks or anything. But we got the very, very, very tip of that storm. We didn't lose power. It flickered the first, I don't know, couple hours. The storm wasn't even here yet, and it was flickering, and we're all like, oh, no. We were all ready to go, but, man, I did not want to do that again. I just didn't. All right, I'm going to put you down a little bit more. I don't think we can go too much more. Sorry. I'm trying to make you straight, but I don't think it'll go straight. Let's see. See if you can see there. The laptop's a little delayed. Okay, so that is all ironed. She got the full Florida experience. She sure did. But by the time she got here, we had more generators come. We had more ACs come. Like, it was just, in your mind, like when you have someone over, I'm going to have her room all cute and I'm going to have some fresh flowers for her and a little mint on her pillow. Yeah, no. She ended up sleeping in my bed the first night because we only had so many ACs. So, yeah, it all worked out though. And she's a trooper. She's a trooper. And I really am so grateful for her help because, hey, Jackie, because she saved me at least 2 or 3 days. And I mean, she just came in and started packing. I was like, all right, this is how you should see her workstation, y'all. I'll have to show you a picture. It's totally ergonomically not correct. Like, it's an old piece of milled wood and a sawhorse and two boxes upside down. So she really is amazing because, people aren't always what you think they are until you stay with them for a few days. Hey, Christy. My dad used to say, companies like they start smelling like dead fish after 3 days or something like that. Hey, Georgianne. Lynn didn't smell like dead fish at all. She just fit right in. The 3 of us had a blast. Like, we all just jive like we've known each other forever. I'm going to hang this up over yonder. Hey, Cindy, making it with Mimi. Hey, Ari. I'm going to hang this up so it doesn't get more wrinkled. And I got a couple new things to show you. Just restock to show you. I restocked this. I got more stuff coming in, but this one was out for a while, so I figured I better snag it. But this is 0340. It'll be in the Christmas 0340. That's the only paper I have to show you right now. I restocked. She finally got the bigger Ultra Matte in by Pentart. All this stuff that I'm showing you can be found at scrappyrustics.com, and I do believe it's in the description. I got bigger crackle medium. She only had one little one left, or the 100 milliliter this size. So I think I have two of the little ones, and then I got the bigger crackle mediums for those who can't stop crack. This is good stuff, y'all. Like, it's one step, and it cracks before you can even start drying it. I bought some more glossy varnish water-based because this proved to work really good on the new molds. If you're trying to get them clear and using clear resin, this stuff works good. So if you don't have the means to use spray paint or clear spray, I'm still testing that. Actually, I just bought this stuff today. Still on the fence, or yesterday. I'm still on the fence about it. I think it might have been my error because it's a little foggy, but I think what happened is the overspray got underneath. I'm not so sure yet, so stand by for that. Well, hold on for more. So glossy varnish. Heavy body gel, I got the smaller kind, so we have both sizes of the heavy body gel. We got this size, the 230, and then this one. This is the glossy, completely clear. So if you wanted to glue your adhere like your two, I'm looking around like if you wanted to adhere two pieces of clear resin together, this will be dried totally clear. So there's that, and it won't come apart because Jackie says, well, you gotta be careful with this stuff because it'll glue your face to your desk. So you have to be careful. Use with caution. And this stuff is awesome. The decoupage varnishing glue with glitter. You can't see it on camera no matter what I do, but it's awesome. It's like iridescent. You can use it, you can seal your project with, but it's just a little bit of iridescent glitter. It'll be beautiful on decoupage or any of your Christmas ornaments or that. It's not a lot and it's not chunky. It's just enough to be like, to give it a little glistening. And then we were out of turquoise, so we restocked on that. Okay. And then the autumn mold, the autumn, whatever it's called, from the holiday release, that is the only one that I'm out of. And I believe it will be here Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday and they switched to Thursday. So that's the only thing I'm out of stock. I've got more of those coming, and I've got more cloche molds coming. So there's that. So that's that. Let me put this somewhere safe. And we're going to be using the winter, what is it called? Winter Forest. I've been dying to use this. And we're going to put it on that bag. You love all the products. Yes, Shoops, all the Canadians have happy Thanksgiving. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all our Canadian friends. So we're gonna do this tonight. I purposely didn't open this. This stamp is amazing. It's already sold out. So at IOD, this stamp, the snowflake. Oh, I am out of the snowflake actually. I just sold that last one today. This, the snowflake, and all three transfers are sold out at IOD. So whatever's out there now, that's all there is in the universe. So I purposely didn't do anything to this besides open it because I want to show those who have never stamped before or haven't opened, you've had your stamps for a year and you haven't done anything with them. Well, let me show you. So now they come with the mat. These are masks. This is the key to making beautiful stamps. If you don't have masks, just plan on putting one stamp down and nothing else, because it just won't come out good if you don't have masks. So all the new masks come like this. They're tinted green and it's printed on there. If by chance you buy some of the older ones and they're clear and they don't have an image on it, what I would recommend that you do is, as soon as we condition these, I'm going to show you how to do that. As soon as we condition these, look at, they used all different color of green. That's kind of pretty. As soon as you can recondition these, I want you to ink this up, and I want you to take it out real slow. Like cut this, it's got that stupid sticky thing on it. Take it out, pull it out real slow, get the correct size. Hey, Gail, there's like a shiny side and a matte side. You'll be able to see which way it's got to go by the images. I want you to ink your whole stamp up, and I want you to stamp your clear masks and then set them on the floor or somewhere to dry for like 2 days. And then that way you'll know which way. It's easy to do it when everything's all together and fresh. Just do it and get it out of the way, and then you never have to do it again. All right, so when you first get your, and this is IOD stamps only when you very first use them. If you're someone that uses a lot of acrylic paints, or maybe use torch paste, and you don't clean your stamps too well, and you notice when you stamp them your image isn't too great anymore, you can do this process again, but it's not necessary any other way. Any other time. And I think what I'm going to do after I do these, I always recommend you get extra thin mounts. I don't know if some of you saw you got a surprise thin mount because I thought you needed one, or you should have one for your stamps. Because when you peel these off, you want to have a backing, because it's really hard to maneuver and stamp without them. But in this case, this is one of those stamps where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut mine off. I'm going to leave them on this sheet, and I'm going to cut them individually, because I think I'll be able to handle them better that way when stamping, instead of peeling them off and putting them back on, which I could do. But so you want you want a finer grit. You don't want like something really coarse, just like anything from maybe, I don't know, 120 to 240, nothing major. And all you're doing is there's a factory finish on here, and you're just taking that off. And you don't have to do it hard. So this is what I do. I just drag it this way. Just drag it this way. You never really see anything come off. I mean, I never have. So just go this way. And I'm not pushing real hard, but, hard enough that it gets sanded. I'm going to do this one. I don't know if this is the right or wrong way, but this is what I do. And then I go this way. This way with it. That way, if I missed anywhere going the other way, I'll get it this time. Get it. And then you're going to wipe it with a baby wipe or a damp rag just to get any of that dust off. And then that's it. Let it dry before you put your cover back on. If you put a cover back on. Hey, Kim. I'm going to use a baby wipe. Baby wipe. Oh my goodness. All right, let me bring you guys back on conversation instead of watching myself. You love the detail in the IOD stamp. I know, they're so good. I'm working out my chicken wings. I'm just going to wipe these. This is what I use to wipe off my ink when I'm done as well. So stamps don't like heat, so don't leave them in your car and don't put them in the dishwasher. But if you get, I've taken full sets like this. If I got some ink in there I didn't get off, and just take a toothbrush and a little Dawn and warm water and just, wash them like that, and then just let them dry. That works. But yeah, don't put them in the dishwasher and don't leave them in a hot car, and you'll be totally fine. I can't wait to use these. I'm so excited. I've been dying to use these. Lynn and I didn't have as much playtime as we would have liked. You gotta under the circumstances that we were under. Oh my gosh. And Wednesday, I believe, everything's kind of a blur, but I believe Wednesday was like, taking a few things down for the storm, and really not knowing. I kind of freaked out for a minute there because Lynn's never been anything like this, and I'm trying to, I don't want any harm to come to her or scare her. Your sister Libby is watching too. Hey, Libby. Just used these last night. Awesome, Jackie. So I thought, I was looking at the swirly map for the hurricane, and I thought it was our county, so I kind of got freaked out there for a minute, but luckily it wasn't. I was wrong. But y'all, like, the storms change you. Like, they're scary. They're unknown. They're scary. And it's just, I don't know. Even though we would have been fine afterwards, it's just, I'm done. I'm just done. You're too nervous to call Lynn. Lynn's from California. So she went from California to Florida, driving in with no one to have no power, no fiber, no. Oh my gosh. My daughter had a friend in high school that called her chicken wings. That's funny. Unpredictable. Yes. I'm going to grab a couple of other things I want to show you that you can use in the same fashion. Like I said, if you sell crafts or if you're someone who makes crafts for your family, these are really great because you can customize it for, a man, a child, whatever, a man, child, or if you're a seller, you know, at craft shows or whatever, you can really make these really inexpensive, or you can make them high end. It's just totally about really the product that you buy. So just a couple of ideas. Also, any of this stuff can be right. We know how to decoupage on fabric. We've done that a ton of times. The Pentart textile makes them washable. You could, for all the people who use like Magnolia, A Maker Studio, Chocateur, you could do that on these as well. Your sister and brother got some damage from a hurricane. I don't know anybody that didn't get some type of damage, like somewhere. Talisa still has no power, and they're saying it may be. I don't think it's going to be weeks. The reports that I saw were 75% of, I don't know if she's Duke Energy or the other one, Tico. Listen, the media outside the state, you would think Florida it doesn't even exist on the map anymore. Like it's wiped out, it's gone. Florida's like not even there. And that's sad that they do that because a lot of people have loved ones in other states and you don't know like on the map where they are. Like it's confusing. You think California is freaking huge. Florida's huge. Yep, animals are okay. So it's shame on them for doing that. But I did see that they should have 75% of Duke Energy on by Tuesday, and Tico, I believe, was 60% by Monday. I don't know what their thing was for Tuesday, but what happens is like us, the animals are very loved. Yeah, one of the chickens, we had some hurricane chicken therapy. As we sat and waited for the storm to pass, Ron brought one of the chickens onto the porch. I got lit pictures. Yeah, it's awful how they do that. Like it's just terrible. But they, like us, what happened was all the power was on around us. Like we could have gotten power the Wednesday, but our meter pole that's on our property, that snapped in half. So that's our responsibility. There was no electricians available for weeks. There was no parts. My husband went to go get parts in an hour north, and there weren't any. So luckily, the guy who did it, he came from our 3 hours south of us. He came up, and on his way up, he had to hit Home Depot's and get everything he needed. And then he ended up spending the night and doing it. But now he was supposed to sign the because we got temporary power turned on, and he's supposed to sign the paper so we can get it inspected, but he doesn't have power, and they got hit with this. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday, so I don't know. Our power is we got 10 days to get it inspected, and we haven't done that. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's a disaster. I hope they understand that. So here's an awesome example. This is a towel I bought like this. It hasn't been washed or anything yet. It's a brand new towel. But you could pick up, like, they come in usually a 3-pack, TJ Maxx. Walmart actually even has some decent towels. But you could take any of these towels like this and simply, you know, I'm going to put it this way so I don't get, put a tree on here. I mean, how cute would that be? Just one tree. You know, you could do one tree. It doesn't have to be a tree. I mean, I'm just talking like any kind of stamps, you know, the mesh stencils, that kind of stuff. But I was really thinking with this, well, I don't know about this bag, but maybe doing, sorry, I got so much crap over here. Maybe do, what the heck? Hold on. Why is it stuck? Oh, it's stuck. There we go. Oh. You could do one side trees, and then you could like do the other side this, or you could do some dinner napkins, like placeholders. How cute would it be to do a little napkin with Frosty? And then the rings that hold your napkins, you could do like red and white candy stripe or something like that. Or the gingerbread mold has the candy, So you could just get any old kind of ring to hold your napkin and then glue that on top. So there's a lot you can do. And I don't know if you noticed, but this one has the straight and then this. So you can do a complete border. See how they did the border? So I think that's really cool. I'm pretty excited to use this one. I actually saw someone, I love this style sign. I saw someone use like all these different elements. It was really cute in all different size wood. You know, like a lot of people have tiered trays. So she did this on a chunk, you know, like a rectangle chunk. And then she did a frosty, you know, on a thinner tall piece. And this one, you know, in a different, on a house or something. So it was a bunch of different pieces, but all in, you know, made one little scene. Like, it was really cute. So I need to see what kind of wood I got because I like that idea. So keep your eye open for already printed towels. Doesn't have to be just like the tea towels, you know, because Walmart, Hobby Lobby, all that, you can get the tea towels that are plain and you can do whatever you wanted to. But I mean, if you can get 3 towels for, I mean, and get good quality for $8, that's 3 gifts, you know. Or if you're on a budget, I don't know how much these are, but I think you get like a 10 or a 12 pack. These are like really inexpensive. And when you wash them, you're going to be like, I shouldn't have washed them because they turn into this like, oh my gosh, Jason, thank you so much for the, wee, look, a hippo's, oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Does he have what's on the back of the chair? Butt cheeks? Oh no, it's just a chair. Thank you so much, Jason. See what it does after you wash them. Which, you know, they're cheap, but you could make a ton of these. If you don't want to do any of gift wrapping this year, just stamp this up on one side, put all their gifts in there, and, you know, there you go. Off you go. And well, you would iron it, of course. But so just options you could sell. And then I got this one, I believe, at Walmart. I think this is a Walmart sticker. Or is it Hobby Lobby? I'm not sure if that's Walmart or Hobby Lobby. But this is a good quality bag as well. So this would be cute with the black trees. Make it a winter bag. I tried to send that 6 minutes on PC. It just hung there. Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. So, you know, keep your eye out for stuff like this. If you're someone who makes gifts or, heck, you want to make them for yourself. This one has a little pocket in it, too. Yeah. So, again, you could go high quality. You could go low quality. But everybody loves bags. There's a lot of women out there are like bag ladies, or even towel. And the tea towels are like this texture. So you have a lot of options. A lot of options. A lot of options. All right. Have you guys been seeing all the clear for the new the biblet? I'm saying it wrong. Bibelets. Bibelets. The ornament mold and the cloche, and the both tapers. A lot of clear resin projects coming out, and it's pretty awesome. We're doing some testing in our private group. So, hey, Melody. We did good. We're done 3 storms, 4 storms. 4 storms in 13 months is what we did, and subfloors, but 3 of them were in the last 2 months, plus our subfloors. So it's been a little insane. It's been a little insane. All right, I want to, I got to put some cardboard in here. All right, so I already ironed this. What did I do, this side? Did I do that side? I don't know what side I did. I think I did this side. Can't tell. I'm curious to see how the Santa sled mold. Yeah, that's, oh man, I gotta get back in the game. Like I was telling the private group and Lynn and all the ladies, like I feel really bad because I've had so much on my mind. You just got Biblet. That's not how I say it. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. You have an idea for that one? Ooh. Biblet. I can't say it. Yes, I'm feeling freaking amazing. Your pool cage didn't make it? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. At least it's not your roof. Like, you got to find the good in that. You got to find the good in that. We would have been in pretty good shape with Helene. We had a few trees down, but that one freaking just snapped the meter right in freaking half. And, oh, that's the other thing. We got the last meter pole in 2 counties. What do you do if you can't find a pole? What do you do? You're gonna make one. You're gonna make a pole? Oh my gosh. Being up here in the country opposed to the city is so different. Like, it's really, like, it's different. Neighbor helping neighbor. Where Milton hit was where we used to live. Like, they got nailed. That was a direct hit where we used to live. Ironically, our two neighbors, our neighbor on that side and neighbor across the street, they called us yesterday. Is there any way you can put a cage around the pole? Right? Well, we have like 4 poles in our yard, and it just happened to do the one with a meter on it. And then, then it's laying down, then it get filled with water, so it's no good. So I just put a little parchment paper in here. I don't think it's going to go through, but, you never know. Oh, I got to cut these. All right, so you can peel these off and use them on a piece of thin mount. For those of you who don't know what thin mount is, or acetate, whatever you want to call it. It comes like this. They're a couple bucks. I did put quite a few in a lot of orders that went out because I felt like you needed them. I recommend you have 3 if you're going to do stamping. 1 to leave as a hole so you can put your ink or your paints or whatever if you're going to use a brayer, and it comes right off. And then use the others to cut them up, because it's great when you do words. Like, if you stamp a word, stamping 1 letter at a time, it's very hard to get it even. So you can just lay it out on your surface. And then this even has like grid marks around, so you can pick them all up and get it done nicely like that. So, wait, what are we showing? Is there any way you can put a cage around the pole? Yeah, what I was saying is, I've been sucking lately, like even in my private group, my creative brain, I can't even dream about crafts in the last 2+ months, and it sucks because I feel like I'm shorting everybody. I'm just doing something to do it, and I can't wait to like get my creative juice back and like really show you guys some good stuff. But my mind's been so preoccupied and so stressed and so worried and bleeding money like nobody's business. It's sucked. Hey Amy. So I hope we're done. I hope we're done. Yes, our pink poop crew. Okay, so I'm going to cut these, and I'm going to try to leave as much room as, I wonder if I should. They're pretty close. See how close they are? But I think, you finally found me. Yay, Betty. Well, you know how it is. Like, I really care. I care. And, I can be honest. If I know that I have not been my best self, and I'm excited to get myself back. And like I said, I've just been a nervous wreck. It's just one freaking thing after another. Things will be, yes, I'm ready for my peaceful, normal life to come back. And hey, Loretta, hey, Donna, and the weather, you all. You know what I always say? I can't wait to open the windows. But you have to be careful what you wish for, because hurricanes make you open your window. So be careful what you wish for. You haven't been yourself lately. I hear you, girl. So the weather has broke, and it's actually supposed to be even cooler, I think, coming up this Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday. So I want to show you how I'm cutting these. So if you decide to do it, see, I'm kind of doing it so each side has, about the same amount of space. Sometimes they're butted up like to each other. Don't be afraid to just snip down through it, because really what you need is something to hang on to so here I've got 2 points to hang on to when I flip it over with my ink. And the reason I say you need something on top is because these are acrylic, and if you try to rub over the acrylic, it just drags. Like, it's not smooth. With this, you can get good coverage and, do your thing. Do your thing. So, yeah, the weather has been spectacular. Lynn, thank goodness, got to see a few beautiful days. Yes, it was gorgeous. Yes, it was. I'll tell you what, you had ours open at night till the electricity, because, yeah, you got to be careful what you wish for. the night before the storm, that picture, you know how hard it is to capture a picture of the sunset? Y'all, the sky was so beautiful the night before Milton. Like, it's amazing, you know. It's just amazing that Mother Nature tries to kill you a couple times and then it turns to complete beauty. Yeah, I am cut. This was a good idea, and there's plenty so far of. I don't do this with all my stamps, but ones like the farm animals, the fruitful harvest. There's a few that I do this to, just because it's easier. I think some people have a fear of cutting their stamps. I do not, because I don't know. I'm pretty excited to use these though. If you've never used stamps before either, I suggest that you pull out a piece of cardboard. If you don't have cardboard, pull out some paper, ink it up, and stamp, just so you get a feel for it. And you'll know what to expect, and you learn by doing, so you'll know what to expect when you go to do it on a surface. I was almost going to do we went to Walmart yesterday, and their clearance usually really sucks. And I found these, they're pretty good size, but they're chalk magnet boards. And IOD has this, I've had them forever. It's a liquid chalk, and it's all different colors. And I was gonna actually try chalking, because it's chalk. Like if you have a restaurant, it'd be great. But other than that, I don't know why you would use it, or a store or whatever. But the only thing they sell now is a white chalk, and I couldn't find liquid chalk anywhere. I looked on Amazon, I Googled it, but that's out of stock. So I don't know how good. I may try it with you guys. It's me. I'm so glad you're using stamps. You won the snuggle. Wait. Oh, you won the snuggle up set from you. Oh, girl. Don't be afraid. Did you see the beginning, how to condition them? Now, another thing I want to warn you. If you cut these, see that point? Y'all, these are sharp. So try to round them out. You get one of those jammed onto your fingernail, you're going to be like cursing my name. Get me to it. Wait, what? What did I do? I kept you mellow? Yeah. So just round them out if you have anything sharp, because, you know, you'll reach in your, and now when I'm done with these, I'll put these in a Ziploc bag, all in a Ziploc bag. When I pop all the, masks out, I'll put them in their own bag and label what it is. Yeah, so if you didn't see the beginning on how to condition these, it's really easy. You just go over it with a fine sandpaper. You just want to go over your stamp this way, real light, nothing hard. Turn it, go this way, and then you're just taking the factory finish off so you get a nice image, and then just hit it with a damp rag or a baby oil. You're in Pasco County. Top of the flooding. Springs. Yeah, so that's I don't know if you guys have heard in the news, but that's what's happening now. So all the runoff of the natural water, the non-salt water, everything's starting to rise and flood, and I think it was supposed to be at peak today or yesterday. I think today. And then like some 15 feet higher than normal, and it's supposed to slowly taper off as the week goes on, but flooding is now an issue after the fact. It's just crazy. Mother Nature is just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, if you're ever doing fabrics, you want to make sure that your ink pad is nice and juicy. I've been using this quite often lately, but I'm just going to show you. IOD comes with a blank. You want a blank pad, and then you get a blank pad, and then you get a whole thing of ink. This is my very first. Hey, Diane. This is my very first black. I've been doing I bought this from Mara years ago. Oh, did I say baby oil? Baby wipe. Baby wipe or a damp rag. Mother Nature is angry, no doubt. Wait, who's new? Who did I miss? Diane, you new? Oh, I read new here. Welcome, Diane. I hope you like my style and you come back and hang out with us. I'm live every Sunday. Well, start now, back. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern and on YouTube, and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Book of Faces. All right, so you got to ink up your pad. Doesn't mean you have to saturate the pad, but you just want to, you know, juicy, not juicy, where you slap it down and it dribbles, smears all over the place. Like you don't want to dry it out, is my point. Now, if you do not use IOD ink and you're going to buy some ink from the store, make sure you spend the extra $1 or whatever it is and get permanent ink. Permanent ink. Because the other inks, it's just, in my opinion, it's a waste of money because number one, if you heat set it, it's going to wash out. And number two, if you use it on a surface and it dries, well, the minute you hit it with a top coat, it's going to smear because it's going to reactivate it. So permanent ink, permanent ink. This is Indian ink and it's permanent. And once this is heat set, you could wash this and it won't come out. So there's that. Thank you, Lynn. And you can always message me. I will answer. I promise. So now I want to know. I got to figure out how we're going to do this. So whenever you're using you're going to use your masks, and what masking means or really is you're able to build on your stamps. You're able to, because if I put two stamps together, if I stamp this and then I stamp this over it, well, they're going to muddle together and it's going to look stupid. So masking makes you be able to build depth. The only thing that you need to remember, not the only thing, but the most important thing you need to know plan for when you're stamping is, what do I want to be out in the front? Whatever you want to be out in the front needs to be stamped first. Okay. So, just remember that whatever you want to be out in the front needs to go first. Everything else will fall behind it. So I thought I was going to put some writing on here, but I don't think I'm going to have that type of space. So I'm just going to lay these out right now and see. I guess there's two kinds of trees here. These real fluffy ones and then more sticky one, stick type. I love them all. I love them all. So let's see what we got. Kind of thinking, what if I do that one and that one? Let's see. Maybe do that one there. I wonder if I could get them all in here. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, you guys, it's so good to be back. I feel so light. Wait, what's funny? Not funny. I've been asleep more hours than I've been awake since Lynn left. Even the hubs. I think we finally decompressed and we can breathe and a weight has been lifted off of us and I feel lighter. I just feel, that's cool looking, huh? I mean, not all muddled in together. I like that. I think that's beautiful. And this with just the trees wouldn't limit it to Christmas. Like, if this was custom, you could put somebody's name. I did bring the farm animal because I was thinking like doing something like fresh trees or fresh cut or something like that. But I think I like that. Oh, look what I did. Came from my bag. All right, so I want this one first. So that one's going to go down first. What is that? That bag's got stuff all over it. Okay, so I want this one first. Second thing is you don't ever want to ink. Let me grab a piece of cardboard. Don't y'all go nowhere. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Kim. Family of 7. Yeah, family of 7. Yeah, that worked out good, right? I just want to get a piece of cardboard to, Lord knows I got a stash of cardboard, boy. Unloading all those IOD. Oh, figures I got it. Crap. All those IOD boxes. You want to, you don't want to ever like ink right here because you may get ink on your surface and then you'd be mad. All right, what else do I got to do? And you want to make sure when you're inking, it's on a flat surface. You love the trees too. You had to make a hard decision. I hear you, girl. All right. So I'm just gonna, and I'm not pushing hard because think about it. If this is really juicy and I push hard, the juice is gonna drip down. So I'm just getting ink on there. If you use the stone gray ink, see what I did right there? Had that been on my surface, that would have went on my bag and then I would have been mad. The gray, you cannot tell the ink is on there and you'd be like, there ain't no ink on there. But there is. Another thing you could do here is you could take gray ink or, yeah, I would use gray. You could take gray ink and stamp this, and then you could hand paint them and watercolor them or fabric paint. And then when you're done, you could stamp over them. So if you wanted some color that way, you could do that. Or we have green ink, we have red ink, we have yellow. We made a brown just recently in our private group. Stone gray, 2 different blues, like a turquoise and an ocean, like a navy blue kind of. There's a white. So you're not stuck to just black. I just kind of like that, and that's in my mind, that's how I see this project. But you know, you could do different color greens. All right, so once it's down, okay? So I'm grabbing the 2 sides and I'm gonna line this up. Yes, I can. I'm trying to get in the middle here. This line is not in the middle, so it's kind of screwing me up here. Okay, so, but once it's down, it's down. It's gonna look better crooked than it will smeared. So once it's down, it's down. You want to anchor it with one hand and you want to just go slow. You have to touch every single inch. And I'm not even kidding. You have to touch every single part of this stamp so it gets surface to surface. Because if you don't, the stamp itself is not heavy enough to transfer that ink to your surface. So take your time. Don't be afraid to let it marinate on the fabric, because fabric takes a little longer to suck it up. You know, like a piece of paper, it's going to be immediate. Lynn, thank you so much. Aw. Oh my gosh. He's got a Jane Fonda headband on. I wear those. I wear those headbands sometimes when it's really, really hot. And like I'm doing something in the yard, like digging in the dirt, and I can't like wipe the sweat off my head. So I'll wear one of those. I look ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. Thank you so much, Lynn. Lynn and Jason, thank you guys. All right, so I'm not pushing super hard either. Remember, this is plastic. We don't want to like flatten it, but we just want enough pressure. I wouldn't recommend, I mean, you do what you want. You're all going to find your own natural style. I don't recommend a brayer because I feel like you can't feel how much pressure you're putting down on it. And with your hands, you can. Some people do this. I'm a swirler. You know, you'll find your own natural way you're going to do it. Your own technique. All right. So then when you get it where you want it, we're going to lift it straight up. Oh, that is so good. Y'all, that is so good. Look how good that is. That's good. That's good. Diana, you bought the Charlotte stamp and going to do another gel plate to reverse. Oh, that's cool. You know, I made 2 gel plates when I first started my page. All right, so now I'm gonna wipe this off with a baby wipe immediately, and then when it's dry, I'll put them in the bag. That's got a lot of detail, right? That's awesome. And that's on fabric. So imagine how pristine it would be on a surface. Now, when you're picking fabrics, your best bet is like 100% cotton. And because I say that because the inks and the image, the tighter the weave, the better it's going to be. It's going to last longer in the wash. It's going to come out better in your image. And this bag is 100% cotton. So keep that in mind as well. If you're going to, you know, stamp on a piece of polyester, it'll probably come out all right, but I don't think it's going to last as long washing wise. So just be mindful of that. And if you probably wouldn't wash this bag, but if you were, say this was a shirt, I would wait till tomorrow and I would come in here, turn my iron on high cotton, put a piece of parchment paper over it, and just heat set it for a couple of minutes, and that'll make it washable. So, or set the ink is what it will do. So this is all you got to do. Just let it dry. Wipe it down and let it dry. If you had some word, I got so much crap around. Let me know. Oh my goodness. All right, so now what are we going to do? This is the fun part. You left the end out. All right, so I got to open these. Now I want to show you. Remember I told you guys, if you have an old set of stamps and your masks are clear or even green, but they don't have the image on it, this just started this year. When you take, this is what you're going to do. As soon as you're done conditioning your stamp, like remember I showed you we did the sandpaper, as soon as you're done conditioning your stamp, now you don't have to do this, this will make your life a whole lot easier. And if you do it right from the jump, then it's done. You don't have to worry about it. But you're going to slide yours out ever so slightly, because these are very thin and very delicate, and they're going to want to pop out. So try your best to slide this out nicely, right? Figure out which side you're supposed to stamp. So let's just pretend I didn't cut my stamp up yet, and this is clear or this is green. It doesn't have the image on it, and you're going to use it for stamping. I conditioned, so now I'm going to ink up my whole pad, right? And I'm going to line it up over my masks, and I'm going to stamp onto this. So now you have this image. Now, I know the Indian ink, this ink, it'll take like 2 days to dry. I'm not even exaggerating on this stuff. So I just set it on the floor in the corner somewhere and just let it dry. So when you go to use your masks, you'll know what side to use, because not everything is a mirror image. Like some are tiny little pieces. These are pretty obvious what they are, but you'll see what I mean. See this side shiny? This side's matte. You're going to get the same exact thing with the clear and the green. All right, so this is where the magic happens. This takes your stamping up to, I don't think there's a higher level to go stamping. So again, this is why I tell you, whatever image you want in the front needs to go down first. That's the only thing that you need to remember. So now what we're going to do is, this is my stamp, right? So it's thin. This is my mask. And I have the image on this side, so I know right away what to do. Of course, you want to make sure that your ink is dry, but it's on fabric, so we're good. All right, so we're going to put this mask. And you want to line it up like as exact as you can get it. But the other thing I'm going to warn you is, when you stamp on top of a mask, it's going to get slippery. So just be mindful when we ink this up and I go to put it down, I'm going to really anchor it down, because it's going to want to slip on top of this stuff. Any slippery surface is going to want to do that. All right. You know, if I peeled these off, I could have done 2 at a time. But I think this is a better lesson to do it 1 at a time anyways. All right. So I'm going to do this side first. I'm going to have to move it again. All right. And what am I going to do? I'm going to go right down. Okay. So I'm going to ink this. Where'd my cardboard go? Oh. Where'd my cardboard go? Where'd it go? Can you guys see? Like old-fashioned window painting. I used to do some commercial windows. One time I forgot the snowman's nose. That's cool. You got to be talented to do stuff like that, because they still do it. I think that's really cool. That's definitely an art. Okay, so again, I don't know how much you can see of me doing here, but I'm going one way with my ink, and then I'm going the other way. Not pressing real hard. My surface is flat. I got ink right there, so I'm going to wipe that off before I get it on my hand. Don't ink on your surface. Whatever you do, don't ink on your surface. All right, so I'm going to pick this up. This hump here doesn't help. It was flat. I should have ironed it again. Okay. That's about as good as it's going to get. Okay? Here we go. You got to have a backing on your stamp of some sort because you're going to be grabbing this. There's really nowhere to grab if this backing isn't on there. You're going to end up with ink all over. It's just not going to be good results. Trust me. All right, so I got to remember that it's going to be slippery. I'm going to go right about here. Once it's down, it's down. Don't go, oh crap, and move it. Let it be crooked. It'll look better crooked than it'll look smeared. Trust me. I know someone who did a winter scene on a store window and did reverse painting. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I'm anchoring it with this hand and I'm going over every square inch with my other hand, and then I'll switch. So what this is doing, when we pick this up, it's going to look like this tree is behind this tree. That's what the stamping allows you to build depth. And it's not hard. It's just you got to think it, you got to kind of, in your mind, kind of know a little, like where you want to start at least, and then, you know, let it take you where it's going to take you. But also, you got to touch every single area. Practice on paper, practice on cardboard first, just to get a feel for it. You can even practice masking so you'll know what it feels like if it wants to, you know, jerk a little, or it moves a little on you. Now push in real hard. Okay. So a lot of times the mask is going to stick to your, stick to this, and that is probably going to happen, but I want this to stay here, but it's also going to have ink on it. So let's just see what happens. Yeah. So it's coming up with it, and I'm going to take it up with it because it has ink on it, because I want to wipe that ink off because we're going to use it again. So let me do that. So they're not muddled into one another. See how it looks like, I know it's upside down, but see how it looks like it's behind it? Pretty cool stuff. Right, let me wipe this off our what do you call it? Mask. Because we're going to use that again. Use that again. We'll wipe this clean. You can really make some awesome things, like I said. Heck, if you don't want to make them for others, make them for your own bathroom, or, you know, do towels, do bathroom towels, do tea towels. You can do any kind of canvas bag. Heck, you can do shirts. Doesn't even have to be fabric. You could do, you know, all different types of surfaces. You can use acrylic paints with these. The only thing I will remind you is if you use any type of paint, get that paint off of your stamp as soon as you can. If you can't get the paint off, take it to your, you know, you don't want to let that stuff dry in there because acrylic paint's a pain in the neck to get off of here. So, does Bag-IOD offer a black ink? Yes, we have black ink, black, 2 blues, a red, a green, a yellow, and we just made a brown in our private group, and stone gray. And they're Indian ink, so they're permanent. What the heck was I just saying? I don't know what I said before that. Yeah, and you got to buy the pad. So you buy the empty pad, and then you get this much ink, and it'll last you forever. Last you forever. Remember buying your first set of stamps? The mask included. I thought it was a face mask. That's hilarious. I just don't want anybody to, I mean, I don't know everything. I'm not, you know, I am not a know-it-all. I am not trained. I learn by doing. Mostly learn by my mistakes, but I don't want any of y'all to, I don't want you guys to be afraid, or I don't want you to I don't want you to be afraid to use your stuff or you're going to ruin it. Listen, my Nana, she saved the craziest stuff. Face cloths. She had more face cloths than she had one for, oh, this one for my face, one for my bum, one for my armpit. Like, but she wouldn't use the fancy one she bought at TJ Maxx. My Nana died. Guess what? I got about a ton of brand new face cloths. Like, just, she did that with so many things that she loved, but she never used them. I don't love them as much as she does. So my point is use the things. Don't be afraid. What's the worst that can happen? Really, what's the worst that could happen? You can fix it. It may not come out exactly as you want it, but I guarantee you'll learn something. And where's the... Oh, there is a bigger one. I'm so confused. Am I missing a... There's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing one. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, I'm missing a tree. Where is it? So... What the heck is going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, am I tripping? What? Hold on. What is happening? Oh, where did I put the other one? To dry. Where's the big one? What did I do with it? Your mother did the same thing? Right. You have a hard time cutting up some scrapbook. Do it. Listen, do it. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. You bought this stuff because you loved it. Don't be... Oh, here it is. Y'all, I'm like losing my mind. It's over here. It's like... What am I doing? All right, this one. I could do the same tree. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna use this one. We're gonna stick to that. I don't like that sticking. But you guys, don't be afraid to use your things. When you're a creative, you have to build confidence within yourself. And the way to do that is to do it. Like, you can watch me till you're blue in the face, but you know, you're really not going to learn it until, number one, you want to, and you're not going to hear what I say until you're ready to like learn something like this. And when you can fix something that doesn't look right or you messed up on, that's when you know you've arrived and you have confidence in yourself. So you always have to heat set it if it's permanent ink. You only have to heat set it if you want to wash it. Only have to heat set it if you're going to wash it. Other than that, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. These would be kind of cool. How about like on Pride doing rainbow colors or something like that? Or somebody's got a, they're in college, you could do their college colors, or, you know, something like that. Or you could do them all different. Like, you could take that's the beauty of having the ink like this. We sell the empty bottles. And you could make, that's why they sell all the primary colors, so you can make colors. But you can make pinks, you can make, you know, whatever colors to, I'm going to ink this one more time because I don't feel satisfied with it. You could make custom colors. So we just made brown in class. After all these years, I've been wanting to make brown forever, and we just now did it. Okay, so here's my mask is down. And you do want to make sure you get this mask as close as you possibly can, because if you don't, you may end up with a little like line. It all depends on how much it will show by what kind of stamp it is. Again, I'm going to try to line up my what is this thing called? My trunk. My trunk. Right about here. It's down. It's down. Don't say, oh, I got ink on that. I gotta be careful there. Don't say, oh crap, it's crooked, and move it. Just go with it. Just go with it. Probably only you will know it's crooked. I should have went over some more. But I should have, would have, could have. But I'm not going to. How about if you did this on a board? And just remember, not many trees stand perfectly straight up. Yeah, I could write Hurricane Milton and make one falling over. Oh my God. Our class is the best ever. Family in there like a weekly family reunion. It is. You guys, if any of you are interested in hanging out with like-minded women, and just, we do techniques in there and learn stuff, but it's grown into a family, and we didn't even mean for that to happen, and it did, and it's pretty freaking awesome. No drama, none of that stuff. Did a good job of creating variety and shapes. They did. They certainly did. So there's the other one. Isn't that pretty? Now, of course, you could do this a lot faster than, I'm explaining every step that I go. Okay, so wipe your stamp off. See how it's on my mask? It's $23 a month. We meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for about 2 hours. You get a website discount. You get first dibs. Pretty much everything. Who doesn't love first dibs? I know I do. Okay, so we're going to go this side now. So we need that mask. Oh, let me clean this. Oh, what I was going to say is, let me finish. Thank you, Loretta. The class, we have our own group, and I always say it's not my group, it's our group. Post what you want in there. We got a Telegram. We're on session 78 coming up this week, so you get privy to all of the lives we already did, and they're nicely organized in 2 posts with a little description of what we did, and the links to the video. It's just more personal in there is really what it is. And it, like I said, it's become this little family, and it's pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Okay, so I need this mask because we're going that way. So that must be this one. Yeah, because we just learn new things. We do a lot of testing and playing, but I've been off my game lately, and thankfully the ladies understand, and they've allowed me a lot of grace. We did this in our private group, for those who don't know, like the busted canvas. We did a busted jean jacket. This was a pretty big project. It took us quite some time to do, but we did do it together as a group. This is all a paint inlay. It is technically washable. This part too. But that was really something. That was really something. That one. That was really something. All right, now we're going to go down a notch, right? So what did I decide? I think these two. Or should I go with those two? These are next size down. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Because that tree's fatter than that one, so we'll do that one. Our therapy sessions. Yes, $23 a month is cheaper than therapy. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. It's true though. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, that jacket was really something. Oh, she didn't try on the coat. It was too hot. We went from, well, Lynn and I did not get to do, like I said, you always, daydream about what kind of trip it's going to be. And it wasn't that at all. It wasn't that at all. So, next time. Oh, I was going to say, with the green ink, you could, there's 5 inlays on that jacket. 5 inlays. With the green ink, you could add a little bit of, white or dark, and end up with all different color greens. You know what I mean? To do. That would be kind of cool. But if you did this on a surface, you could add, like a little bit of snow text or even white paint to make it, look like there's white or snow on the branches. All right. I'm going to line this up the best I can. Like I said, practice on paper or cardboard just so you can just feel it, You know what to expect. Okay. I'll go a little farther in on this one. So we're building depth. When we're done with this, it should look like trees like this. Can you use the stamps on painted silver tray that I'm crafting with? You can use the stamps on anything. However, I would think the drying time would probably be a minute. So think about it. Like, if you stamp on anything porous, it's going to like suck it right up, right? If you put it on something like that's shellacked or metal or shiny, it's just going to lay on the surface. So if you're going to do stamp on something non-porous, like metals or something super shiny, I would let it dry for a good 3 days, depending on what kind of ink it is. Hey, Angie, a good 3 days before touching it because it may smear. But the good part about that is if you hate it, you could just swipe it right off and do it again. You know what I mean? It would wipe right off. I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. So, yeah. I just feel like these stamps really give you a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of inspiration here and a lot of weight. I feel like anybody can, inspiration comes from somewhere. I feel like there's a lot to be had with the stamping and what would you seal it with? If it was on a silver tray, after it dried, I would spray seal it, would be probably your best bet, because then you don't have to worry about any type of smearing. If you don't have means, then whatever you use for your medium. You're just perusing the paint inlay and those transfers from the holiday release. They are. I'll tell you what, you have to use StazOn inks for metal. Oh, I thought I have StazOn, I have StazOn stamp cleaner. So Diane's saying you have to use StazOn inks for metals. Well, that makes sense. Do they have, I do think the Indian inks would work, but it would just take a lot longer to dry. But if StazOn is made for metals and it probably dries quicker, then that's the route I would take. Where am I putting all these things? They're just disappearing. You don't want to lose these because they will run away from you. Each part would need to dry. Oh, that's true. Yeah, each part would. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every part she did on the silver tray would have to dry for a while. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So StazOn. I've never used it, so I can't speak on it. The only thing I can suggest is maybe YouTube it and or buy one ink pad and just do the back of it or somewhere you can't see and see what it does. StazOn inks for non-porous surfaces. Okay, so you could do it on ceramics and that kind of stuff too. Oh, that's interesting. Would you need to seal right after the ink dried? So I would think so, but Diane's saying there's a metal ink out there, or a non-porous ink, I should say. Since it's your first time using stamps. Yeah, if you paint it, then you're fine. If you paint it, you're fine. So just think of it as, you know what I mean, porous and non-porous. Is my ink going to sit on top of my surface, or is it going to absorb into it? Paint, it would absorb into it. So, hey, Faith. I am making a bag. We're learning with our new stamp from, what is it called? Winter or something. We're using masks and we're building. That is really pretty. Even upside down. Even upside down. All right, now we're going to go to this side. So we're going to get that. So this isn't hard, y'all. It's just, is that the right one? Just a process. It's not hard. It's not hard. Everyone hit the thumbs up. Yes, thank you. If you haven't shared, please do so. YouTube's tough, y'all. If you guys have, anybody on here has a YouTube page, and if you put paint over the metal surface, would you still need to use this? But no. Just no. Yeah. Anything that's, just think of like, you know, non-porous and porous. Paint, no problem. Something super high gloss, yeah, probably sit on top of it, or metals or whatever, something like that. Ceramics that have that shiny on it, probably just sit on it. You painted the tray with, vintage duck egg. Yeah, that'll work. You never made a bag? I love making stuff like this because I feel it. There's some women out there that are crazy bag ladies, like my BFF. And, you know, this is a good quality bag. I feel like you could get a few bucks for this if you sold this. You know, if you made it generic enough, or, you know, to not just, you know, you wouldn't want to write the name Tammy on there because then only Tammy can have this bag. But if you're customizing it for a family member, then Tammy would be great. You know what I'm saying? But something with just trees, if you were selling at a booth or wherever, I really think something like this would sell. So yeah, it is pretty cool. It's not, like I said, it's not a hard process. It's just the most important thing is to know what you want to stand out first, and that's what you stamp first. All right, so we got that guy lined up. Now we're going to go this one. Did this one? We did that one. And then we just got the two small ones left. Okay, I'm going to ink this guy up. They have a place called Shabby Chic, Jolly Antique, something like that. It's down by our motor vehicle. And we went to go there 2 days in a row, and they were closed. And they sold Dixie Belle. Here in Canada, use only grocery bags have been banned. Of course, I always forget to... Oh, yeah, taking your things to the supermarket. Hi, Janet from Mike. Hi, Mike B. You could customize your own supermarket basket, or you could put one that's just vegetables. One's just vegetables, dry food, frozen food, however you want to do it. So again, get your mask as close as you can. And then we're going to go over it again. I'll go a little more in on this. Am I kind of even? I'm going to go in a little more because I feel like we're off balance a little. We're off balance a little. Story of my life. Anchor it down. Once it's down, it's down. Don't go, oh crap, and try to move it. Don't do that. Just go with it. Just go with it. Now you need this. Oh. There are some, and if you need one, I'll send them to you because I think they're discontinuing them. So some of the older stamps, they're selling the masks on the side. I think the butterfly, there's a couple of them. They're on my website. You can look. I'll give them to you if you need them. If you don't have a mask and you really, really want one, what you can do is get some cardboard. Like the thinner the better, but not like paper thin. And you can take your whole stamp, like I was telling you. Take your whole stamp, ink it all up. Or if you just need one thing, stamp the real thin paper and cut it out. You can do it that way. That's how we used to do it back in the day before these masks were a thing. So there are other ways to do it if you don't have a mask. Just stamps. The thinner you can get it, the better. And stamp that and then cut it out. But it would be a real pain in the neck to cut all these little things out for the tree. You know what I mean? This is probably my favorite release as far as liking a lot of it, because sometimes I'm like, ugh. And this was a good one. This was a good release. Big release. And it almost didn't happen for, you know, you guys, last year's holiday release, I can't remember the order it went. Make masks using Dollar Tree cutting mats, the kitchen sections. You could just thin, because if it's the thinner you can get it, the better. But still being able to stand up, because you'll kind of get that rock in it. You know what I mean? And you'll kind of get a white outline. But you do kind of with these too, but it can be done. Yes, these trees are definitely, I feel like they could be year-round. I mean, I don't think, this doesn't scream Christmas to me, but it could. You could totally Christmas these up. You could just stamp one in, you know, greens. You could, you know, you could stencil on Christmas bulbs and garland and, you know, all the things. Again, like I said, I don't think we've done it live. We might have. I know we did it in class, but you can paint this with watercolor paints. You know, the white parts, paint it. And yeah, you're going to cover up. If I would say stamp it in stone gray because it's really light. Paint it and then ink up your stamp in black and go over it so you put all those details back into it. Lining it up is a little tricky the second time, but you know, you would just go right over it again so you can lay all those details back in there, because you know, painting in those little white, chances are you're gonna, you know, get it where you don't want it. All right, 2 more and we are finished. I think I'm gonna go that away. This is really cute. I could stop there, but why would I do that when I might as well use them all, right? I was gonna put a word here like fresh trees or fresh cut, but I don't think I'm going to. I love these, but I want to show you guys, in case you're just hopping on, just a few other ideas. I'm just trying to get you inspired, trying to get myself inspired. Could you put a transfer on that back? Oh, yes, so yes, you could put a transfer on anything, but you need to be mindful that I would not put a transfer on here, because you could, but whatever you put a transfer on, you don't want it to stretch. They're not made to stretch. They're more like, consider it a really thin sticker. Let me show you this. Now, this I made years ago. I actually made this. This is paint sticks or trimming drop cloth, and this is a redesign by Prima. This has been hanging on my front door here for, I can't even tell you how long, 3 years. It's yellowed a little bit. Now, it really stood up well. There are no cracks in it, but if I go like this, like if I really wrench on it and stretch that fabric, it will crack. It will crack. So if you're going to do a wall hanging like this, I actually brought this in to do something on the back of it. The trees would have looked cool on the back of this. This isn't sealed. This isn't anything. This is before Pentart textile and all that. This is just transfer right on our drop cloth. That's all this is. Took a little harder to rub it on, but it worked. So if you're using a transfer, you don't want it to stretch, and you certainly don't want to wash it. It can be done, but I wouldn't recommend it. There's nothing you could put on to avoid a crack. I don't think so. Remember like the old t-shirts? Remember the old t-shirts we used to wear as kids that had like, you know, Looney Tunes or whatever on it, and after a while they kind of cracked and, like, you know what I mean, kind of fell off? That's what a transfer will do. But you could totally put, you could decoupage on here, just if you want to make it, you know, waterproof or washable. Use the Pentart textile and heat set it. But yeah, anything it's not going to have a lot of give to. Yeah, they start peeling. Yeah, that's what they do. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend them. I wouldn't recommend that. All right, let's put our little guys on. So I need these 2 masks. I love this. I love this bag. I would buy something like this. I would buy something like this if I were at a craft show. So what I'll do when all of these, look, you even get a stencil. This could be a cool stencil to do the reverse, or no, actually make these, right? Yeah, you can make this the gift that keeps on giving. I will take all these and I'll put them in a little Ziploc and write what they are in there. And then I have a 12 by 12 scrapbook thing that I keep all my masks in so I can find them. But yeah, Jason is the brains of this operation tonight. But you could get regular old plain tea towels, you know, that look like this kind of fabric. You could stamp on them. You can get the 3 packs of towels with already prints on them. Like how pretty would this look? Like if it were stamped on just, you know, right there. Well, that looks kind of stupid, but you know what I'm saying. Like, that's better. Like, that's really pretty. That would be a beautiful gift, right? Because at TJ Maxx you can get what, like 3 for $8. Your first time you watch me live on YouTube? Aw. Well, I hope you like the YouTube experience. I wish everybody would try YouTube because it's so much better than Facebook, you guys. If you have a lower budget and you need to make a ton, you can get these in bulk on Amazon. Don't wash them though, because ironing these things after you wash is miserable. Just iron them right from out of the package. But these are, cheaper quality, but still a cute gift. Or this could be the gift. Put whatever you got in there, decorate the bag, and here's your gift and the whole bag and the whole shebangy. Or you could, go up a little higher in quality. Like this is a decent bag. It depends what you're doing it for or who it's for or, whatever. Maybe you're just doing it for yourself. You could make shirts, whatever you fancy. If you're gonna wash it, or you're gonna make like a shirt or a tea towel and you're gonna wash it, I'm gonna do this one first. That one's probably still wet. I should have. It's too late now. If you're gonna wash it, like if I was gonna wash this, which I will heat set this, just in case it gets washed. But if I were gonna I'm gonna let this dry overnight, it's dry, but let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow I'll hit it with my iron on cotton high with a piece of parchment, and it'll be good to go for a couple minutes. All right, so we're gonna put this one on there. Oh, I'm stuck. I kind of want to make some trees with this now. Like, isn't that terrible? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So we're working on clear resin. Well, getting clear resin clear in our private group. So once we get that down, we'll share that with you guys as well. But we're doing a little bit of experimenting between. Not everybody has the means to use spray paint kind of things. And some stuff works and some doesn't. But because, that's a tricky one. Just because you use clear resin doesn't mean when you pour it in that mold, it's going to come out clear, because it's all about the mold and its texture. So I've got 2 people live on Facebook. Thanks for welcoming, Charlie. Because if I like to use the example of, that more inexpensive Amazon or Temu molds, the pink flimsy ones, and they're shiny. You'll try the dishwasher Mod Podge too. Yes. So those, when you pour any type of resin, when it comes out, it's shiny because the mold itself is a smooth mold. All of the IOD molds have a matte finish, so it doesn't matter what you pour, it's going to come out with a matte finish. See them doing the cloches mold? They're getting clear resin acrylic. Yeah, we're on to a few things. And, stuff that I've been thinking about. People are already doing it, which, that's fine. But I just want to, what's the best results, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg kind of thing. Ooh. Oh, I love this. All right, I'm going to wait and wash those off at the same time. Let me stamp this guy. And, just different things you can do. And I'll show you an example of the clear and how it comes out. Because people are like, I'm using clear resin, but it's not clear. Well, I guess it's not making sense to a lot of people. So, but clear resin's definitely going to make its way into this release. Everybody's been using the fast cast. Don't get me wrong, the fast cast can be used as well, right alongside the clear. All right, here we go. Last one. Don't screw it up, Trace. There's a big wrinkle right here. I don't know if I went over too far. What would you recommend to seal coasters that are made with rice paper? Lois, I would use some type of spray, like a polyacrylic, or even as, because they're going to get wet, right? So I wouldn't use Mod Podge as a sealer for anything, because Mod Podge yellows, especially if it gets any sunlight. Mod Podge will yellow over the years. The more sunlight, the quicker it will happen. But they have marine grade sealers. But even like the 2 times, I put 3 or 4 coats of this spray on it. If you don't have a means for a spray, you can get a water-based clear coat in the liquid, at Walmart or any of those things. But just remember, you can do anything. You can do anything. You can Mod Podge or decoupage anything. If it goes outside, it doesn't matter. It's all about the sealer. It all comes down to the type of sealer that you should use for your projects. That looks so freaking cool. I really like this tree. It kind of reminds me of a pine cone. Look how pretty that is. I'm going to show you up close because I think it's important you can see where the masking took place. So you can see the masking lines, but without them, you wouldn't have that depth. It would be all jumbled together, right? And looking like a hot mess. So how cool would I look like? Going to the store. You could do the other side, which I probably should. I mean, not right now, but you could do the other side or not, in a whole different theme. So you could have 2 size bags. Not hard. Once you have the stamp, that's paid for, depending on the quality of whatever. But don't let these things, don't be afraid of them, you guys, please. If you have stuff you've been sitting on, take it out and try it. Just take it out and try it. If you get stuck, you can message me. I mean, if you're going to go do some, freshen up on some videos, all my stuff is searchable on Facebook because I put in my keywords and stuff. So a lot of people don't know that. But if you typed in like Pentar Textile on Facebook and then hit search, and then, hit search, and then it'll come up, or it'll say videos, hit videos. My mug will show up, or somebody's. YouTube obviously is a search engine, but watch a video or 2, skip to the part you need to see, and just brush up your, your memory a little, and then try them. I don't ever recommend trying it right on your big surface, but do a test board or do paper, you know what I mean? Just so you feel confident going into your project. I want to put a couple trees in front and a few in the back. I almost want to, a tote of trees. I used that on things I put outside over winter. 3 coats, no peeling, and rain and snow. Yeah. So people are like, oh, can I do this? Well, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but it comes down to where you're putting it and what type of sealer you should use. The black and the white, if you wanted a pop of color, a red cardinal on the top of the tree. Yes, you could even go over this again with your, stencils, your mesh stencils, your, like old school stencils, like, these kind of stencils. You could, what's the other thing? Not transfers, but paint inlays. You could do a paint inlay on this. I haven't done it in a minute, but we did paint inlays on fabric a long time ago. I got a video coming out for paint inlays using clear. In that case, that's what you would use if you were to use it on fabric. But yeah, it doesn't have to end here. You could do one tree in green and the rest in black. Probably would have been cool as well. I wonder, I was kind of thinking somebody, I don't know if it was Lynn or somebody was saying, if you did a surface where you had like That would be kind of cool. If you had a big enough surface and did this, I guess I would probably go bigger all the way. I don't know. But then did this on top as well. You know what I'm saying? Good night, Karen. Kind of like a border. I don't know. I don't know what you'd put in the middle. You catching what I'm throwing there? Have you experienced with... Yeah, I've done a little bit with a Persephone mold. I did Get Lost in the Forest. What did I do mine on? I did mine on a mixed media. It was kind of a fail. It was a win fail in the private group. I don't know what I did with that thing. Must be in my auction. But I have a big white vase I want to put it on with clay. Yeah, like a mirror effect. Yeah, kind of. But again, remember, you can paint these, fabric paint, watercolors or whatever, paint them and then stamp. I would do it in a lighter color, paint them, and then ink up your stamp or paint or whatever you want to use and stamp over it again so you put all your detail back in there. So table runner, yeah. Chair covers on the back. It's just endless. Placemats. There's so much you can do with stamps and such. But I think masking really just brings level, because otherwise this would be one muddled mess, or you have to stamp them where they're not touching. But I think that just takes away from the look and the details in these stamps. And you don't get such a crisp image on, napkins. You don't get such a crisp image on fabric like you do paper. So this looks pretty awesome, detail wise on fabric. So I imagine on surface it's going to be even more stellar. So, I just want to show you real quick. Pour, when you pour, I don't care what kind of resin it is. Curtains. I've done curtains. I did actually all my, I don't really have curtains. I have valances. I did every single valance in my house with drop cloth and the stamps. There's a video on it on YouTube. I think it's on Facebook too. So, when you pour your resin, the back's all nice and shiny, right? And that's what everybody wants when they flip these over, but that's not the case. They come out frosted, right? Because the mold itself is matte. So see, it's frosted. Back is nice, and that's the look we're going for. So here's some experiments of different products that we used. Yes, sheets in a case. Here's some products. You can see the difference. These are a bunch of different products we were testing out, but you can see the difference. And then this one really shows the difference. So this is what you'll get when you just pour clear resin, doesn't matter, and then the clear over it. So it's a pretty big difference in the clarity, like how clear that one is opposed to how frosted. But there might be times where you want it to be frosted. If you're going to paint these, don't even worry about making them clear. Just paint them and have fun that way. So we did these ones. Oh, here we go. We did... hold on, sorry. So I got a video coming out, one of these. We did these live. So you can kind of... I used the glitter, the decoupage varnish and glitter from Pentart. You can't see it on here, but it just gave it a nice little effect. So that is red resin. These are the transfers on there. And then this is some metal, metal pigments that we used. You could just use paint. And look at this one. Lynn did the soft touch on this guy. Look how cute this, can you see the soft, see how, if you could feel this soft touch, it's literally soft. But look at the difference this one has the glitter on it. This one has a soft touch. So it's definitely a different vibe altogether with the texture. I'm loving this one. And then this one I think was just the gloss one. That was just the gloss. So definitely a big difference. And then I did these. I have a fast video coming out soon, I promise. So I did these, and I didn't make these. Yes, I did make these clear. I went over these. Here's transfers. And I ended up going over the top of these with the gloss and also the glitter. And I adhered these with a heavy body gel. Glossy, and it's clear as could be. I tried to use the super glue and it didn't work. See how clear it is? Like, it's super clear. But you could spray those with a gloss sealer and it would be shiny. Right, but everybody doesn't have the means to use. Like, some people live in apartments and they can't use this type of spray. So, and some people don't like to use it at all because of the chemicals. So we're just trying different types of mediums that would work if you didn't have the means to spray paint. But these are super cute, aren't they? These are so pretty when there's Christmas lights behind them. And that's the metallic from Paint Couture. So yeah, we like to give options, you know what I mean? Because, you know, some people, like I said, can't use spray products. So stay tuned for that. There's more coming down the road. We're, like I said, in our private group, we're working on some things. So I'll be excited to share them with you when we get them nailed down. And yeah, I saw somebody use these for plant spikes. How stinking cute is that, right? You could do like even like a bouquet or I don't know, not a bouquet, but an arrangement. Stick one of these in there. I did my candle's half done, but you can't see that till I'm done. So the group is at scrappysrustics.com. Yes, and it's called Master Crew. If you have any questions about it, message me. I'd be glad to help you. All right, y'all. I'll see you Tuesday on Facebook at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this because I did. And I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Ain't nothing stopping me now. No more storms. No more BS. It's peaceful time. You like doing what ifs? Yeah, that's what we do in class. Yeah, I gotta know. I gotta know. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. And if you haven't gotten your order yet, y'all, check your spam or your junk. You will have an email in there with your tracking. So they could use a brush on gloss sealer and damp set. Yeah, we've been doing all of that. Yeah, I just don't want to spill all the secrets just yet until we come out with yes. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye.